Hello, namaste. Welcome to this yoga practice with me, Nora. It's particularly suitable for second trimester of pregnancy, but also for anyone else who wants something a little bit more gentle right now. And yeah, please feel free to take it at your own pace, but as I said, it's gentle practice overall. So we'll begin in child's pose. So you can bring your knees as wide as the mat, just a little bit wider than hip width apart, big toes together, and let your upper body soften down towards the ground. You can use your hands one on top of the other to create a pillow for your forehead to rest on. Allow your breath to settle into its own rhythm. Setting the intention to stay present for the duration of this practice. And to be open to receiving the benefits of this practice. Okay, so from here we'll gently ease out of child's pose, coming up onto your hands and knees in line with your hips, the hands below your shoulders. From here we're going to drop the elbows down exactly where the hands were, coming down onto your forearms. Then just take your knees a little bit further back, start to send the hips back, relaxing forehead down towards the ground. You can bring your palms together and take your hands to the back of your head into like a reverse namaste. Hopefully starting to feel that nice stretch into the front of the shoulders and your chest. So let your upper body melt slowly down, breathing through the nose. Okay, then release the hands back down to the floor. Spreading the fingers of your hands nice and wide, preparing for our first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, push the hips back, inhale. With the exhale, send your hips up and back to downward dog. You can keep your feet either hip width apart or a little wider. Starting to just walk it out on the spot, bend one knee as you sink the opposite heel down. Letting the head just hang heavy here. Finding a neutral downward dog, one more breath. Good. Exhale, bring your knees back down to the floor. From here, we're going to shift the weight of the body forward. So you can take your knees a little bit back. Start to sink the hips down, roll your shoulders back, open to cobra pose. Keep a gentle bend in the elbows. Good. Exhale, push back. Good. Bring your hands below the shoulders. We'll step the right foot forwards. Right foot forwards, knee over the ankle, coming into a low lunge position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, again, reach. With the exhale, bring your right hand down to your right hip. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, start to sink your hips a little bit lower. Take your left arm up and over. Getting that nice stretch into the side body as well as into the psoas, the front of that left left hip, left thigh. Good, inhale, come back to center. Release both hands down, bringing both of your hands to the inside of the right foot. We're going to turn over to the left and come into a half squat with your left leg extended out to the side, toes pointing up. You can bring the hands to the heart if you'd like to, or just keep them down for support. Good, from here we're going to shift over to the other side. Half squat with the right leg extended out to the side. Really nice stretch for the inner thighs. And then we're going to turn to face towards the back of the mat, coming into low lunge on the other side with your left leg forwards. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Again, inhale to reach up. Exhale, left hand to left hip, reach that right arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, sinking the hips down and forwards. Leaning over, slightly over to your left side. Inner right arm over the ear. Breathing through the side body, side of the rib cage. Good. Inhale back through the center. Both hands down to the inside of that left foot. Pick that back knee off the floor. We're going to come back into that half squat just for a moment. And then slide your right foot in to come into a full yogic squat. You can bring your hands together, the heart center, upper arms into inner knees. Maybe shifting slightly side to side, easing into that quite deep hip opener. It's okay if you can't quite get there, just working towards getting maybe those heels down. Maybe finding a bit of stillness, just a couple more breaths. Good, releasing the hands down. We're going to come out of the pose by lifting the hips up, coming into a forward fold. Just bring your feet to parallel, still nice and wide, wider than hip width apart. You can bend your knees a little bit, maybe grab hold of opposite elbows. Let your head just hang heavy, releasing shoulders and neck. Maybe a gentle sway side to side, or maybe just finding stillness for a couple of breaths. Let's bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Find a long spine from the lower back all the way to the back of your neck. Exhale, lower down, bend the knees. Keep your knees bent, take your hands to the hips. Press down through your feet and slowly with a nice neutral spine, make your way up to standing mountain pose. You can make your way towards the top of your mat, the front and top of the mat. Feet about hip width apart or wider. Hands to the hips. Take a moment here, connecting once again to your breath. Chin nice and parallel to the ground. From here, we'll do just some circles with the hips. So you can start clockwise direction. Nice and gentle, nice and easy. Just rotating with the hips. About 5 to 6 circles in one direction and then reverse, opposite side. Okay, good. Coming back to center. Keep those feet nice and parallel to each other. Spread the toes. Again, keep them a little bit wider than hip width apart. From here, we'll do a variation of a chair flow, so through chair pose. So with the inhale, just reach your arms up. With the exhale, bend the knees, sit back into a chair, take your arms back. Palms can face down. Inhale, rise back up, reach your arms up. Exhale again, back to chair, arms back. Good. Keep going a few more times. Going at your own pace. You can take it slower. You can take it a little faster if you'd like to. Two more. And the last time you come down into chair, just hold it there. Take your arms forwards. Maybe you can lift up onto the balls of the feet. Just maybe. Hold wherever you are and breathe. For 2, for 1. Good. Ground your heels, rising back up. Whew. Release the arms down, back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Very good. Just firing up a little bit those leg muscles, waking them up a little bit. Nice. From here, start standing at the front of your mat. You can bring your hands again to the hips. Step your left foot back and ground your back heel down. So we're preparing for warrior 1. Bend the front knee to 90 degrees. Your thigh parallel to the ground. Knee over ankle. Try to keep your torso facing forwards, hips as much as you can forwards as well. Arms up, inhale. Just one more breath here. And then opening exhale, warrior 2. Straighten that front leg, front right knee. Inhale, reach forwards to the front of your mat. Reach, reach, reach. Send your hips back in the opposite direction. Exhale, arm down. Reach your left arm up into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So again, keep your front body, your chest nice and open. Try not to lean forwards here. That left shoulder is rolling out. You can just look forward, so you can look down, or even up, just depending whatever feels good for your neck. And we have the option here either to stay in triangle pose for a few more breaths, or transition into half moon if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more. If you're going for half moon, just bend the front knee a little bit, reach forwards with that right hand to the floor, and then take it up into half moon. So your left leg up, keeping that opening through the hips. So all of these poses are open hip, open pelvis postures. To come out of your half moon, bend the knee and then come back down, step back into warrior 2. Basically step that back foot. We're gonna come to do the same sequence on the other side. So turn that right foot in, left foot out, facing towards the back of your mat. Bend the front left knee to 90 degrees. So you can keep the hands to the hips first, just find that stability. Find your alignment. And once you feel stable, taking the arms up, softening through the shoulders, gentle gaze forwards. Inhale, exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. And then straighten that left knee. Inhale to reach with your forwards with your left arm. Send the hips back. And then Trikonasana, triangle pose once again. Roll the rib cage out. Either stay in triangle or transition into your half moon. And it's okay if you lose balance. Just gently come back into it. Stay connected to your breath. Good. Bend the knee to come out of half moon if you're in half moon. And we're just all going to come up, back up to standing. Good. From here, bring both feet nice and parallel to each other. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Nice wide stand with the feet, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, leaning forwards with the chest coming down. To wide-legged forward fold, release the hands to the ground. And start to walk the hands further forwards to feel that long stretch through your spine. Relax your head. So it's a bit like downward facing dog in your upper body. Pressing down through the outer edges of both feet. Breathe into the back of the legs, breathing into the back of the whole of the back of the body. head is relaxed, facial muscles relaxed. Slowly walk the hands back in. Take your hands back to the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, rising up. Press down through your feet. Slowly take your time to come back up. Toe heel your feet back together. Coming back to mountain. We'll just do a long extension through extended mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. So really stretch up. Find that stretch. Reach up. Exhale, release the hands back down to mountain. Good. Inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. Palms together. With the exhale, start to take your hands down towards the heart center. We're going to bend the knees, feet are parallel, slowly coming down into a bit of balancing tiptoe position. So if you're struggling with the balance, you can sort of bring the hands down, knees out to the sides, and I'll try to work on that balance. If you're quite happy here, just focus on your breath. Maybe even closing the eyes to challenge the balance a little bit more, perhaps. Okay, good. Let's bring the knees out to the sides, hands down. Bring your knees down. So staying with the toes stacked under, giving the soles of the feet a little bit of a stretch while you're here. Release the hands down, untuck the toes and just bring your knees together, sitting onto the heels, feet flat. Slide the hands back a few inches and see if you can lift the knees. That should give you a nice stretch to the front of the ankles and the feet. And release down at my ankles, and my feet always do a little crack when I do that, but it's very satisfying. It's just a bit of a stretch there, good. And once you're down, just come into a comfortable seated position. It could be just an easy cross-legged position. We just close it down our practice with a few quiet moments of stillness. You can roll your shoulders down and back. Maybe just final neck circles or head circles to release the neck rather. So find that upright seated position. Once you have settled, maybe closing the eyes, hands either on your knees or in your lap. Relaxing the muscles of your face, of your neck, your shoulders, down away from your ears. Letting go of controlling your breath, just let it naturally flow through your body. Allowing it to restore and rejuvenate your body, to rejuvenate your baby. And just enjoy this few moments in stillness, in quiet. And even if your mind does wander, just see if we can acknowledge that thought, acknowledge anything that is associated with the thought or the thoughts, and then just come back to your easy breathing. Once again, bring your attention to your breath. If you've wandered with your mind, feeling grounded, sitting bones connected to the earth beneath you. And you can repeat in your mind, I'm calm and at peace. Take one more breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your hands together at the heart center. You can allow your eyes to gently open. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, bowing down. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of the day.